From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll get this to the 32. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Williams. And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ready, break. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Here's Sanders. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Let's go now.
2nd and 6. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding, because that one was well over everyone's head.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Ready. Come 19. Come 19.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jalen Hyatt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeaux. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. To throw, Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now he's free at the 35. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Let's go.
Sanders now from the gun on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Williams. That's complete. Rome Odunze. Third down and 6. Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To the air, Williams. He's going now a loose football. The ball comes out, but it looks like one of the DBs has it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways, but an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Now Sanders, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Hyatt goes in motion left. Back to throw. Sanders. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll run with Hall. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver down the left sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Throwing is Williams. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Operating from the gun, Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Sanders. Left side has got Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This pass. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Sanders. He finds Robinson. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's go now.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. The Giants at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to throw now on first down. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, that'll be incomplete. It took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. That is caught. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. From the gun, here's Williams. Pass incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here now a 3rd and 20. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
A nice little juke. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Sanders. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. It's Terry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd down and inches. And he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Malik Neighbors in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's Williams. A final shot before break. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now, they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive.
Here we go, set.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Again, it's Charbonnet. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Pass it to Hyatt on the out route. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9 now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And that'll be caught by Tony. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Here's Williams. Forced out to his left. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion comes the tight end left. Working out of the gun, Williams. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. To throw, Williams. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Giants are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now run by Charbonnet. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll give to Hall. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Looking to throw is Williams. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. To throw, it's Williams. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. They'll try to run with Swift. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Giants, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to